Okay, good evening, guys. Let's do the recap in the DNA room at futurestradingcoach.com. Today in the TF was just one very trying day. And it was a trying day. We have rebalancing coming up tomorrow. But, we don't make excuses. The bottom line is it was a very difficult day. It was very choppy. We were in about a 5-point range the entire day. We did end up doing okay, but nothing to write home to mom about. Between 9 and 10 o'clock, we had an RS short, and that was good for 2 points, which, nobody's complaining about that. It's not 4, 5, or 6 points because that's all it went. That's okay. The second trade we had right around 10:15ish. We had a long, and that went for 1.5 points. Tried to get everybody to take some profits. We always take profits starting at a point, and then to try to take some more off at 1.5, and then the rest would have come back to your entry, and that would have been it. Okay, so the first 2 trades, we made a few dollars. Third trade, and I want to be very clear. I get a tremendous amount of emails, and this third trade here really bothers me because it was a trade that we took, and it wasn't a method trade, and I'm very annoyed. We took it late. We were supposed to take the trade here, and we took it here, and I did too. And I took a full stop out on that, and very annoyed by that. Not because I lost, X amount of dollars, but because of the stupidity. I never can get over stupidity, even after 22 years of doing this. So that was difficult. That was difficult to swallow. So the bottom line is, on the TF from the morning session, it made a few bucks. That's it. Afternoon, which I did partake, between 2 and 3 o'clock, we had a nice trade finally. When I say finally, I mean it moved. The setups. We have setups every day, and they're good. The setups are good. The methodology is fantastic. This trade went from a little bit above 53 to roughly 49, and it was good for 4 points. That really saved the day on the TF. And what I mean by that is, even if you're a 3-contract trader, you were able to grab at least $1,000 out of the day. Now, what I want to do is I want to go over to the CL, because that was a lot of fun. So we're going to go over there and take a look at it. Okay, so we're going to take a look at crude. And with crude, we started the day off between 8 and 9 o'clock, of course, before the pit session, because we never take a trade right when the market opens. That's a no-no. The only people that do that are people who are just gamblers, and I never want to consider myself a gambler. First trade of the day was between 8 and 9 o'clock, and it was a power play. And as a method trade, this trade went 40 pennies. Okay, you got to take something off at 10 to 15 pennies. You're going to take something off at 20 pennies, and you're going to let it go until there's a reason to get out. And there was a reason to get out up here. We're not going to go into why. So that was good for 40 pennies. Second trade of the day. Between 9 and 10 o'clock, closer to 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, we had a beautiful, perfect textbook RS that went for 50 pennies. Now, as you're looking at this, let me explain something. Okay, it was good for 50 pennies because that's all we were able to get. Because we did something, again, very stupid. We did something against my methodology. And that's over here, which I'll get to in about a second. If somebody held this trade with at least 1 or 2 contracts. If you were in there with maybe 5 contracts, I mean, this trade went over 100 pennies. But you know what? That's not the reality. And anyone who tells you that's the reality is an absolute liar. So the first trade was good for 40 pennies. The second trade was good for 50 pennies. The third trade, we had a false signal. And what do I mean by that? We tried to take what we call an S play against the trend. And I took a stop on that, a full stop on that, a minus 20 penny stop. And was more, again, just like on the TF, I was more upset with myself, not because of, the $200 a contract loss. That wasn't what was upsetting. What was upsetting is why? And you cannot get rid of your emotions when you're trading. And if I had to take that trade again, you know what? I would have. Now, if I wasn't up what I was for the day, would I have taken it? Yeah. Would I have taken it with a great size of contracts? No. So that's very important to understand. Okay, the next and final trade, which was just a fantastic trade, it was another power play. And this power play went for 50 pennies, which brought a very nice day of grand total of about roughly 120 pennies. We had 3 winners, 1 loser. What does that all mean? I can tell you this. I've trained hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of students over the years. And if a student is not willing to put in the work, it does not matter that they can see every single entry. You have to put in the work, you have to build your confidence levels up, and you have to believe in what you do and in the methodology. And the only way to do that is to work very hard, work smart, and study, study, study. So this was our day today, and I want to thank you for spending some time with us. And I want you to remember, if you have any questions or comments, feel free to contact me at sam@futurestradingcoach.com. Everyone have a great night, and I hope to see you back here tomorrow.